In the multitude of counsel, there is safety. Welcome to the All Things Done podcast, a vision inspired by the truth found in God's Word and designed to inform, educate, and impact you in every way. My name is Akintunde, and I am your host. Join us as we embark on a journey to becoming a better version of ourselves.
Hey guys, what's up? Glad to be back here again, and let me just tell you something. You'll be getting a lot of value today, and I think it will be great for you to grab your pen and paper right now, because what you'll be listening to today can change your life forever. Today we're actually talking on mentorship. I'll be walking you through the process of, getting a mentor and why you need a mentor. So we'll look at why you need a mentor and how to get a mentor. Now, what is mentorship? Recently, I was watching one of the men I really respect. All right, his name is Dr. Stephen Akintunde. I mean, he's a billionaire. All right, and he said that a mentor is a ladder that you climb to become where you ought to be. I hope you understand what I just said. A mentor is a ladder that you climb that helps you to become what you want to be. And that should resonate, because it's like if you look at a ladder, right, there's the top and there's the bottom. Right, there's somebody who is at the end, the other end, and you are just starting the journey. The mentor has seen the end already, and you are just about to start. So the mentor can guide you through. Okay, this is the step you shouldn't take. This is the step you should take. I know if you agree with me, if you've seen a ladder before, you know that a ladder has a lot of steps, right? And for each step, right, that you must take, you shouldn't miss it. I know some of us take risk of taking skipping a step and moving, but that's the function of a mentor. The mentor helps you to avoid those pitfalls or those holes that you could have fallen into. So they really shorten your journey. I mean, something that could have taken your mentor 20 years, 10 years to achieve, your mentor can compress everything, and you can do that really within 1 year, or do it within 1 month. Do you understand what I'm saying? So that's the beauty of having a mentor. So what is the role of a mentor? I just shared that. So how does mentorship work? Now, the way mentorship really works is that you have to submit yourself to somebody who you believe has a grace for a particular area that you're trusting to become better at. So I'll use my own personal example, to be able to guide you through this process, right? When I was leaving school, I schooled at Obafemi Awolowo University in Ile-Ife, and I was a law student. I believe around my third year, that's 300 level, 400 level. Law is a 5 years course, so around those years, I was like, okay, I wanted to start practicing. Now, I knew that I really loved technology as a space. Do you understand? And I was studying law, but I didn't exactly know how to combine both to make sense of it. I knew I didn't like litigation, that's those who go to court. But I just wanted to do something that had to do with technology. Yet, I don't want my law degree to waste. So, while I was doing my research, I discovered that there was a field there's a field called information technology law field, and I was like, wow, this is great. This is like a balance, it's a combination of the two fields that I am really enthusiastic about. how do I then go about this thing? So I started asking people, do you know anybody, who is an authority in this space, or who is like grounded in this space? I mean, as at this time, this field is just gaining, momentum in Nigeria. So I don't really know many people. If you search online, you wouldn't really find, many authorities there, if you find any at all. So while I was asking here and there, I happened to have somebody who was working with MTN at a particular time, and I think they had perhaps done transactions where there was a particular lawyer who served them also. This is just a speculation, I'm not very sure, but the person reached out to one of his that lawyer in Abuja, and the lawyer in Abuja was like, oh, that's fine, if he wants to practice information technology law, tell him to come to my office, this is my phone number, blah blah blah. And I was like, okay, I don't stay in Abuja, how do we go about this, because I stay in Lagos. And then the man was like, okay, do you know what, I have like a partner of mine who is in Lagos, who also shares the same level of intellect and all those things like that. And then I was given the contact of this partner, and this partner, I reached out to this person, and it was like, okay, do you know what, come to the office on so date. And then when I left school, I went to the office, told them, okay, I was studying and this is what I intend to do and all those things like that. And I was like, okay, no problem, right? So, and that was how we started. Of course, it wasn't as though like I stated it to him that, oh, I wanted you to mentor me. More often than not, you wouldn't tell your the people that want to mentor you that. Do you understand? But just let them know that their lives inspire you, and you want to understudy them, or you want to learn as many things as possible as you can learn from them. So that was how I started my relationship with my mentor. It was just through that medium, and when we started, it was just me giving my time. I mean, I would send them emails asking, okay sir, what courses can I take in starting this field. I don't know anything about it. I don't know where to go. I don't know what to do. I don't know the curriculum to follow and all those things like that. And then it would email me back, and and it would guide me. And that was like how it all started. So there was a part of the sacrifice. There was the part where I had to volunteer and say, okay sir, this area, do you need help with this area, do you need help with this, do you understand? So that's like really how mentorship works. So it's not like a rocket science, it's simple, but at the same time it requires you to be very intentional about how you make it work. So let's look at the benefits of having a mentor. So from my own experience, these are some of the benefits I've seen, right? Number one is that like you get to have this kind of one-on-one sessions with your mentor. So when I officially declared that I wanted him to be my mentor, literally I saw like my future in this man, like where I was going. I saw it in him, and even the other areas of life that are like are really like part of the things that I should develop. He was already working effortlessly in them. Is it in terms of marriage? He had a great marriage. Is it in terms of business? Is it in terms of like he's doing well? So I was like, oh, this is somebody that I could actually follow, and all that. So that was it. So part of the benefits I got was one-on-one sessions. So for example, let me say earlier this year, I got to I sent him a mail. I was like, okay sir, when would be like an available time to reach out to be able to have a conversation with you on so thing. right? And it was like, okay, do you know what, let's do so time. And then I reached out around that time, and I told him my plans for the year, told him what the structures I have in place to make sure it works. I asked him for his inputs and how I can follow through, and perhaps maybe I can be accountable to him, stuffs like that. And he walked me through the whole process, guided me. He shared a lot of things with me that day that was really going to help that journey. Right, so that's one of the things you get, one-on-one sessions. Number two, you also get to get feedbacks, right? So if you have an idea that you share with your mentor, you can get feedbacks. You have maybe you're working on a research paper, or you're working on a business idea or something like that. These are things that you can run by your mentor, and they would give you proven feedbacks or very, very good feedbacks that can really help you know if what you're doing is right or if it's wrong. Right? Then another thing is that you get encouraged. You get encouraged, and I think that is a very good thing, because if you have a mentor that is very supportive, and supportive in the sense that they send you encouraging words. Sometimes I remember there was a time my mentor asked me to go and speak on his behalf at a particular event, and I was like, I can't feel your shoes, sir. Your legs are so big for me, your shoes are too big for me to feel. And it was like, I believe in you, that you can do it. You are more than capable. And that for me was really a lot of encouragement. It really meant a lot, right? So you get encouraged, you get counsel on things that you want counsel on, right? You get to learn leadership as well, right? Those are part of the things, that the benefits that you get when you go through a mentorship session with whoever is mentoring you. Now let's look at the types of mentors that you should have. So as a teenager, as a young person, I advise that you have a mentor for every area of your life, right? Or ideally you should have a mentor for every area of your life. Your relationship, whether I would just term that like social interactions. So whether it's your relationship with your with your friends, or your relationship with your parents, or relationship with if you are in a courtship, there's somebody that helps you to manage that social. Maybe there's something you see in them about how they manage conflicts, how they respond to issues, how they are able to relate with other people so brilliantly and effortlessly. That might be something that you see in them, and you want to, oh, please, can you I see this thing in Nigeria and I would like to learn, and all those things like that. So you can have a social capital or social relationship mentor, right, that helps you to build that area of your life. You can also have a mentor on your career, right? Like I have a mentor that guides me on my ICT law career path. Do you understand what I'm saying? So that's also a valid mentor that you can have. Then you can have a mentor on your finance. Your financial mentor would actually help you understand how to make money, how to manage money, how to invest your money, how to multiply it, and they will tell you the pros and cons of certain decisions that you probably will take. Do you understand? Like basically everything that relates to your finance, you can be sure that you have it covered. And guess what? You are on a good side, because you are young. If you were to be somebody who is already an adult, or somebody who is past a considerate age, they'll probably ask you to pay money for all those professional advice. But because you're a teenager, because you're very young, they see it as, oh, I'm adding value to the life of this child. Definitely I would love to do it. I've had conversations with a lot of top people, there, and that's the kind of feedback that they give to me, that, oh, Akintunde, we are willing to do this for these young people. Anytime, please just call me, let me know. I'm willing to offer my services to these people, for free. And I'm always wowed, and that just tells you that this is the time to develop those relationship with mentors. So every other area of your life, you need mentors for them too. But if you know that, okay, you're not able to, or if you just want to start, you can at least start with one mentor. Just have a mentor that at least helps your life. Do you understand? To manage you can be accountable to, those things like that. But I'm just saying that over time, you will still have to get a mentor for every facet of your life, right? So it's good that we understand this, and it's good that we put this very clearly into consideration when we are seeking to have mentors. Now, let me quickly talk about the ways you can reward your mentor, right? And I will say this as the last thing for this particular episode. The next episode we'll talk about some other things on mentorship as well. So for these ways of rewarding your mentor, there are two ways to actually reward mentors, right? I mean, having shared with you their valuable time, their valuable insights and counsel, you should be very appreciative. You should be able to say thank you for what they are doing, for you. So there are two ways to go about it. Number one is actually either you pay them. You could pay them, either by getting them gifts, something that is a very valuable gift. Don't get something cheap. Get something that is something that they will value. I'm not saying you should have to spend so much, but just value when you see it. And value actually comes from thoughtfulness. You must have thought about something that probably they might need. Do you understand? Getting let's say a painting of them or a drawing of them, I mean stuff like that. There are a whole lot of gift items. If you just check on Google, you get gift ideas, right? So that's one. Number two, you can also pay through what? You can pay also by if it's something that, like, okay, you feel like, oh, you have so much money, you can actually send them money, right? But I don't advise that. That's not always the best modality to follow. You can perhaps buy time and credit their phone. You can do a whole lot of things. Then the other way to actually now reward them is what? Through your service, by serving them, right? So look out for their needs, look out for what they are seeking help for, right? And this is how you can actually help them, you can actually assist them. They are mentors, they are people who they definitely need help, right? So helping them to maybe, for example, manage their calendar, helping them to, maybe they have a social media account, they don't use it, you could help them manage it. Maybe they have an idea they are trying to improve, you could help them with it. Maybe they have a research they are trying to conduct, you could help them with it. So these are ways that you can also use to appreciate them, and it's value for value. That's how relationships should be. It's value for value. So I hope you've learned one or two things in today's episode. Right. Next episode will be concluding this topic on the why and how of mentorship. And stay tuned, because you're gonna learn something very, very amazing in the next episode as well. Have fun today. Thank you very much for listening. Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening. If you have been blessed by this topic, please share with your friends and also drop reviews on the community page or our email. You can also share with us burdens on your heart or topics you would want us to talk about. Feel free to give to promote the spread of this podcast by partnering with us on our website at allthingsdenpodcast.disha.page. Thank you for your constant support. See you next week.